All right, and we're back. Last time we just found where the egg was, and it disappeared on us once we released the seals on it. So, let's see what we have inside the church. The gallery is pleasant as ever, though some of the art is a bit abstract. Okay. A beautiful cityscape covers the picture, surrounding a large town square. The architecture is some of the finest you've seen. In the center of the town rests something large. Everyone is looking at it, surrounding it. A creature? It becomes increasingly abstract towards the center. You can't tell what you're supposed to be looking at. Some sort of eldritch horror, I'm assuming. The gallery is pleasant as ever, though some of the art is a bit abstract. Okay. Let's see the picture of the dark egg. The dark egg stands in all its glory in the center of the frame. At each corner is an angel, arms outstretched and holding a cloth they aim to drape over the egg. Behind the egg, in the distance, you see the same scene again. The brightness of the egg contrasts its name. Its brilliance seems to glow off the ink. You feel like you can understand the praises of the angels sing of it. Okay, then we have the harbor. You see an eagle-eyed view of the harbor, only it is a beautiful day and filled with blue. Around the town are small blots of people and color, unlike anything you've seen in your brief stay. The warmth of the scene radiates from the painting. The layout of the harbor, even individual buildings, are identical to the real thing. Perhaps this is a recent work. You can even make out the small shop you passed along your way. Someone is walking into it. Wait, as you pass the shop, something catches your eye. You peer closer and see an odd gray blotch. It's the man. The man you talked to, the laughing man. You make eye contact. You recoil, but then he's gone. Oh yes, we did read this last time. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the chapel hall. We saw the gallery. The window spans halfway across the wall, but clouds let no light in. Okay, so we go to the back of the chapel. The floor is a mess, but not a speck of dust is in sight. The piano waits. You stop to play a few keys. Ooh, I have no idea what keys I should play. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, so we're gonna leave. Let's exit the chapel. I think that's our best bet right now. Okay. So I think we're centered already here in the lower abbey. If we could make our way to the keeper's shop maybe, or this location here. You knock on the door of a nearby home. Come in, you hear. You open the door and walk inside the house. On your left rests a calming fire, and close to it a man in a wheelchair. His face is tired, eyes black. He turns to you and smiles. Oh, a guest. Come, get warm by the fire. You start toward the jovial man. Why, I can't remember the last time we've had a guest. How is it out there? The rain doesn't seem to be doing you any favors. He chuckles, looking back into the fire. Well, you can rest here as long as you need. My wife has always been a great hostess, but she's out at the moment. A shame you can't meet her. You take a seat next to the man, and he suddenly turns to you. Say, did you happen to see my wife and daughter on your way? They were supposed to go for my medicine. Before you can respond, the man starts when he sees you up close. Hey, that coat, it reminds me of my daughter. I don't know why, but it does. Uh-oh. They'll return, won't they? Yes, I'm sure of it. They're out there still. They're always out there. Watching. You'd love them, stranger. Oh, you would. So kind, those two. So very kind. Even to an old monster like me. If you sit a while longer, I'm sure they'll return and you can meet them. The old man gives a crinkling smile. Ooh, okay. The weather? He turns to you amused. What's to say about it? It won't get sunny any time soon if that's what you're asking. The man chortles. No, it won't get sunny. If you're planning to venture out much further, make sure you're prepared. The cold is vicious out there. Vicious. My wife is strict about keeping bundled up. I'm glad I didn't take the coat off the corpse then. The man leans back in his chair when you ask him about the chapel. Ah, the old chapel. Such a lovely structure, isn't it? Say, have you seen the inside? You tell him you have. The old man gives a smile. Yes, beautiful, isn't it? The artwork especially. I know my daughter loves those pictures the most. I still remember when the folk around here used to actually visit the old thing. He stares off in thought. If I'm not mistaken, it was built back when people were first coming to this island. It was for the egg. The dark egg. They really worshipped that thing back then. The man lets out a snort. What am I even saying? They still do. And who could blame them? Not like there's much else around here. Why, it's the only thing that brings people to the island anymore. The island belly rolls with each heaving laugh. Well, let's ask about it. You ask the man about the dark egg in the chapel. Oh, that old monument? It's a convincing replica, yes. But really, it's nothing like the real thing when you get close to it. It's nothing. Nothing like it, you know? The man grips the arms of his chair. It lacks the feeling, right? You know, right? He turns to you, eyes wide. It's nothing, right? Just a goddamn fake, he spits out. The feeling it gives. The promises it makes. The lies it tells. That fake filth is nothing to the egg. Is there something you wanted to talk about? That'll be it for now, I think. You stand at the center of the road, blank faces passing you by. The chapel appears empty. Okay. The alley. The streetway. I could go back to the keeper's shop. Or continue past town. I kind of want to go back to the street walkway. And then to the shop. The man looks at you with a wry smile. Back again so soon? What are you here for? You look through the various clothing the shop has to offer. Okay, how much gold do I have? 10 for this, 40 for that. Yeah, never mind for now. To the street and then to the overlook. You continue up the path, climbing a small hill. The bitter wind gets worse with every step. As the hill plateaus, you reach the edge of a large cliffside overlooking a massive chasm. Up ahead is the ruined city. Cold gates rest in front of the city, walls surrounding it as far as the eye can see. They hold strong even after their many years. You can see a palpable fog over the city. It seems to cling to it. A trail leads down towards the city gate, growing more snow-filled as it goes. Opposite to it lies a flat trail toward what appears to be a small log cabin. Lanterns light the way. Nearby, a knight in black armor stands, overlooking the ruin below. The cold gates and the city, they hold rest ahead, surrounded by mist. The Black Knight stands overlooking the ruins. Nearby, the path to a log cabin is dimly lit. Okay. The gates, the knight, or the cabin. I like the cabin, so we're going to check that out. You walk toward the cabin. Its trail calm and flat. You pass odd lumps, rocks maybe, as you go. The closer you get, the larger you realize the cabin is, and soon you see a sign faded and chipped that simply says, "Inn." The lump grows more numerous. Upon closer inspection, you realize they are frozen bodies wet with rain. They stretch their arms toward the inn. You edge closer to one of the frozen people. They look to be locked in time from the cold. You look around to men, women, and even children strewn along the pathway. As you look from person to person, you find them all reaching directly toward the door of the inn. Some with one hand outstretched, others with both. Some use their weapons, their bags, and even their face if they had nothing else. Chill runs down your spine, and you soon stop looking. You manage to find some spare gold lying around in the meantime. Yes, but at the cost of some of my sanity. We do have our fur coat, a couple recovery potions. Ooh, okay, I didn't open the door in the chapel. Okay. Standing outside the inn, bodies lay strewn everywhere. It's quiet. The lights are on inside. I don't know if I'm ready for the inn, but I've come this far and I really kind of want to know what it's all about here. You walk inside the inn, the warmth kissing your face. A counter flanked by 2 sets of stairs lies centered in front of you, with a fire crackling gently in the corner. The room is constricted otherwise, tight, wooden walls save for the fireplace. The room is not even a fraction the size of what you saw outside. The man behind the counter looks up at you. He beckons you to come closer. It only takes a few steps. "Another traveler, I see," he says. "Come to rest your weary body? It's cold out there, no?" He looks back towards one of the stairwells. I haven't seen many travelers come and go through this inn of mine. Or I have seen. Some young and filled with spirit, others old enough to know better. But no matter the reason for your journey, I can guarantee rest here for when you need it. Should things ever become too dire out there, he continues, I imagine you might well wake up here again. After all, no matter the nightmare, it is just a nightmare after all, isn't it? The innkeeper looks down at something on his desk, but you cannot see it. He begins to write. "Now tell me, traveler, Why have you come here? If you wish to sleep, just enter up the stairs. Either one. If you'd rather a short rest, the fireplace has room for more. The firelight dances across the room. There are a few windows where rain and snow patter outside. It feels safe. You decide to tell the innkeeper the reason you journey. You tell him that you wish to get the dark egg. His eyes light up as you speak.
Well, who am I to stop someone from trying to reach their desires? One doesn't go looking for the egg without sense and purpose. To try and hold the dark egg is to risk everything, and the road will not be kind to you, young one. No, it will not be kind at all. The innkeeper reaches into a drawer below the desk, and you hear rustling of paper and clattering of metal. He pulls aside a small key up onto the countertop. This here, he taps the key, is the key to the gates I'd be happy to give to you, but first I must ask you to do something for me. You look to him, and you ask him what he wants. He smiles. What I want, young one, is a stone from the chapel. You remember the chapel, right? You must have passed it on the way here. Hard to miss. Quite charming on the inside, too. Inside that chapel, he continues, is a stone. A magic stone of sorts. Or at least, that's what the rumors have said. No one has found any such thing for as long as that chapel has stood. He grabs the key and places it back in his drawer. But you seem different, young one. I want you to search for it. It's not a deal breaker if you can't find it. It's just a rumor after all. In truth, it's wishful to still believe something like that could exist after all this time. But as someone aiming for the egg, I imagine you should know what it's like to chase a wish. I think you know exactly what it is that I feel. You nod. The firelight dances across the room. There are a few windows where rain and snow patter outside. It feels safe. Okay, well, I think I should get some of my energy back, but I think I'm just gonna rest by the fire. The fireplace looks inviting, and there are various chairs around it. A man sits on one. He appears tired, wrapped in a shawl. When you sit down, he greets you. For the first time since coming to the island, his welcome feels natural. His eyes and face have color and warmth. You greet the man back. Good to see a familiar face around here, he says. You pause, confused. Another traveler, I mean. Easy to tell you're not from the island, he adds after noticing your confusion. The man turns back to the fire. You grab a welcoming chair and sit by the fire. Its lapping flames flick warmth around you. Oh, okay, I see. I think I can actually edit the music from here, which is interesting. Let's talk to the man. Oh, what would you like to talk about? When you mention the dark egg, the man starts. You're after the dark egg, he asks. You tell him you are and that you must get it. He nods. I see. That is quite the journey then, though not too surprising. Nearly every traveler I meet is after the egg. He sinks in his chair a bit.
I don't think I can change your mind, but you should think twice about it. He stares into the flame, past the flame, into nothing. It never turns out how you want it to. He closes his eyes. I wonder why it is that we seek a wish to change our lives, when it is something that deep down we do not wish to change. Ah, the cold gates. Those ruins are as beautiful as they are deadly. I've only been once myself, turned around just from the cold. The man snuggles in his shawl, staring into the flame. I'm sure you've heard it 100 times already, but that place is cold. Far, far colder than it has any right to be. It isn't natural. You'll need a key to get past the gate, and you'll need to pass the city to get your egg. He turns to you and sits straighter. But you know, they didn't lock that gate to keep things in. No, nothing from that city ever leaves, and that's why they locked it to keep travelers, you, out. Once you go past that city, you won't come back here. One reason or another, you won't come back here. You've noticed how strange this town is, haven't you? A wide harbor with no boats, rows of buildings without people, even this rotten rain, and never stops. I can't tell you what's wrong, but I know. I just know something is wrong. He leans in his chair. Hey, it's not too late to turn back. He looks towards you, but relents when he sees your confidence. Well, if you're determined, I won't stop you, of course. But if nothing else, take this harbor as warning. There's not much on this island, beyond those ruins. This is the warmest welcome you'll get. Okay, get up from the fire. You get up from the fire and ask if the man is ready to leave too. In a moment, he says. I just need some time to rest. Firelight dances across the room. There are a few windows where rain and snow patter outside. I guess we'll take a sleep after all, because I don't think any of my bars actually recovered. You begin to ask about the cost of a room, but the innkeeper stops you. We don't need coin if you wish to rest. It costs us nothing. But, he adds, as you begin walking the stairs, if you wish to change yourself, that will always cost you, as much as it costs anyone else. And while a night or two of rest could serve you well, I would avoid sleeping for too long. The island doesn't like visitors. You decide to ignore his cryptic comments. Perhaps they will make more sense in the future. After climbing the stairs, you find yourself between rows of countless rooms, down a long, straight hall. Though you hadn't been given a key, you find one in your hand. Its tag says 8. The hallway isn't lit. Only the light from the staircase illuminates the path. Each and every room you pass says it's occupied, though you see no light coming from any door. You approach the door labeled 8, only vaguely able to see it with the weakening light. Your key slots in perfectly, and you gently open the door. A lantern lights the room when you walk in. You see a bed and an orb? I'm gonna ignore the orb and we're gonna get some sleep because we need some sleep. You remove your outer garments and get into the bed. The light dims away as you do.
Your eyes grow heavy as you drift off into sleep.
Alright, let's get some sanity back, hopefully. Definitely some energy.
A lantern lights the room with a soft yellow glow. You find yourself in your room at the inn.
Alright, let's get out of here now. I'm gonna leave this inn. Head back to the Overlook. Okay, I need to go to the Abbey. And then the chapel. I'm gonna head to the back of the chapel. Can we use the key? No, can't use the chapel key here. Maybe in the piano section here. Key cannot be used. Okay. Okay, I am not the best at this. Let's see, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 keys. Okay, let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, okay, obviously not. Ah, I'm gonna have such a hard time with this. Okay, I think we actually did visit here already because we had to complete this for the barrier. So we're gonna leave the piano, actually. We'll go to the closet instead. The mannequins stand with their gaze trained on the floor in front of them. There's a lot of leave options, but... You creep past the mannequins slowly and without a sound. They do not move, and yet when you turn around, the ones behind you have turned their heads. Their eyes bore into you. You've done this walk before, but that doesn't mean you like it. You've arrived at the end once again. This is the same door, right? Tentatively, you go to open the door in front of you. Nothing looks out of place. This is the same door, you're sure of it. Steeling yourself, you unlock the door and creak it open to what looks like the back of the chapel. Only something seems off. Okay. You go to the altar in the center and find a stone resting on it instead of the egg. Ooh, the stone the guy wanted from the inn. Bizarrely, the barrier has returned. Or perhaps this is a different barrier. A different altar altogether. This time the beacons the pedestals hold are all turned off. Testing one of the pedestals, you find the switches they hold work this time around. A press on one turns on some lights. A press on the other turns them off. They're unpredictable, but at least they are consistent. The stone shimmers behind the barrier, and some pedestals stand unlit. You're not sure what the stone is, but it's purer black than what paved this chapel. The pedestals rest, their beacons unlit. What would pressing their switches do? Well, I guess I'm gonna find out. Or not? Okay, hold on. Okay. You hear a click, but the lights shut off.
The switches are behaving differently too. Oh, okay, I see something here. Another click, but the pedestals shut off again. One locks with a barrier. It will need to be lit and unlocked. Okay, Oh, I locked them again though, I see. Okay, so it's unlocked there. Ha, got it. The pedestals roar to life and finally quench the barrier. With a low drone, it vanishes from view as all 4 pedestals stand with lit beacons. Okay. All that's left is to grab the stone. And I shall, then. Or not? Hello? How do I grab the stone? Can I not? Uh-oh. Wait, maybe it's hidden here somewhere. Oh, on the map. I have to interact with things on the map. I almost forgot. 4 pedestals stand around the altar, beacons lit. Where the stone once rested, now lies nothing. Cool, so we can leave. You can check out everything else, like the pictures. Heading over to the chapel's gallery, you find each picture is distorted. For some reason, it's impossible to tell why they're wrong, but you can feel they're wrong. Fundamentally, the colors, the setting, it's all wrong. You feel disgusted and have to turn away. Okay, the window then. You turn to where the window would be and find pictures instead. The other side of the chapel holds no window, only a flat wall of black stone. In fact, it dawns on you that there are no windows here, not even small ones. Okay, let's open the door. You go to open the chapel doors, but find them locked. Your key doesn't work. That just leaves the closet, I guess. Prize in hand, you decide it's time to head back. You turn back and open the closet, finding the long hallway once more. Only one thing left to do. One more little... No, okay. Yep, okay. Hallway it is. You walk down the hallway, wondering if what you saw was just a dream. But the shimmering stone in your hand gently says otherwise. The floor is a mess, but not a speck of dust in sight. Well, I do feel a little accomplished having the stone in hand now. Let's see. I have climbing rope, map, compass, knife, winter coat, chapel key. Yeah, I think we can leave for now. Head over to the overlook and then the inn. Enter the inn. The innkeeper looks at you as you walk in. Welcome again. Okay, intelligence. Lie and say you couldn't find the stone. Interesting. Should I lie? It does seem ominous and related to the black egg, so maybe I will just lie and keep it. What is it, traveler? Have you come about the stone? You tell him there was no stone, you couldn't find anything. His eyes peer into yours, and he sits with what you've told him. He shakes his head. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you truly checked the chapel. He leans forward.
I mean, truly checked it. There's more to it than meets the eye, young one. Much more. There are a few windows. Rain and snow patter outside. Okay, well, I didn't really like that. He's like, hey, you didn't find it. Now I just want to be like, actually, I found it. I guess I will. Might as well. You tell him you've gotten the stone. He perks up immediately. Did you now? Well, let's see it. You rifle through your bag and find it, handing it to him. His eyes light up and he cradles the stone like a child. My, this is the stone, all right. What a beauty it is. He leans back in his chair, examining the stone. Its sheen is even more exaggerated in the dim lighting. I must say, I wasn't so sure if you'd manage. But you did, young one, you did. With a pleased sigh, he puts the stone down and slides it back to you across the counter. He opens his drawer and pulls out paper. He writes. You look at him with growing confusion. You thought he wanted the stone. Yes, I did, young one, but not to keep, he smiles. A tired man like me has no need for such a stone. There's nothing left for me to change. I only wanted to confirm that the rumors I heard so very long ago. And now that I have, I am more than satisfied. He gestures for you to pick up the stone. Go on, take it. Use it wisely. And of course, your key. He places the key on the counter. You might as well leave the gates open while you're at it. I fear any others who would have tried to get past them are long gone now. Nice. We got the cold gates key, I believe. It is silent for some time, and thinking the conversation over, you begin to turn. Oh, before you go, young one, I should warn you. The innkeeper calls out to you. I'm sure you've seen the mist around that city. It makes things cold. Very cold. Going without proper clothing will be a terrible idea. You won't make it far. Of that, I can assure you. I'm gonna have to buy another coat here. Okay, now to leave. Now we have our key. We can make our way to the cold gates. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's episode, so I'm going to have to catch up with you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a thumbs up, and I'll check you guys in the next video.